The DOJ is likely to plan a crackdown on marijuana, both medicinal and recreational marijuana. And that is according to new reports about Donald Trump's task force on crime reduction and public safety. Now, that task force is due to release a report soon indicating how they plan on tackling crime in America. But task force subcommittees will undertake a review of existing policies in areas of charging, sentencing, and marijuana to ensure consistency with the department's overall strategy on reducing violent crime with administration goals and priorities. Now that is a statement from Jeff Sessions, who of course is the head of the DOJ, and he has been on the record countless times talking about how terrible he thinks marijuana is, how the federal government needs to crack down on states that have legalized marijuana. Sessions sent a letter in May asking congressional leaders to do away with an amendment to the DOJ budget prohibiting the agency from using federal funds to prevent states from implementing their own state laws that authorize the use, distribution, possession, and cultivation of medical marijuana. So I have more details on this. And interestingly enough, the only thing that could save us from this nonsense is the fact that Trump has seemed to kind of turn on Jeff Sessions. So who knows? It seems like Jeff Sessions might be on his way out. And who knows if that's going to have any type of positive impact on this particular issue.
So let's talk about their current plan, and then maybe a little bit of hope that this guy gets fired for all the wrong reasons, of course.
Right.
So that means if your state legalized marijuana, they're like, I don't care, we're going to come prosecute you anyway. Oh, 8 states have already legalized marijuana for recreational purposes. 21 states additionally have said for medical marijuana. They're like, oh, your state decided, states' rights. Jeff Sessions and the Southern Republicans nonstop talk about states' rights because they want to take away black people's rights. Then they go, but the state of Alabama has every right in the world to treat blacks any way they like. Okay. Right. Now, when you say 29 states also have states' rights to do as their voters demanded in their democracy, now you don't have any states' rights. We're just messing around. We just hate black people. So we want to imprison them for marijuana, and we want to take away their rights in the South. States' rights is just a gimmick.
So let me jump in real quick, because while I do agree that the issue of states' rights only seems to be raised when it's convenient for those on the right, the reality is, and this is another thing that kind of gives me a little bit of hope. Everybody loves marijuana, okay? It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, doesn't matter if you're a Republican. Everyone loves marijuana. A lot of people from both political parties use marijuana. And so, look, this is anecdotal, but I was curious to see what right-wing commentary on this story would be. And based on a lot of comments that I read, a lot of right-wingers were like, no, this is a states' rights issue. Don't touch my marijuana.
Yeah, I know. Now that they're getting high, all of a sudden they're back on this issue. But Scalia, and for decades and decades, conservatives were openly hypocritical. I don't give a damn about states' rights if I want to take your rights away. And if I want to take your rights away, then I'm going to use states' rights as a prop. So, okay, for Republicans like Jeff Sessions, who now say they don't care about how your state voted, they are never, ever allowed to say states' rights again because they don't believe it. Now, it gets worse. So they want to explore use of asset forfeiture more.
Right, they want to amplify civil asset forfeiture, which you guys know what that is. That's when authorities will seize and possess your property and your money in an investigation if they suspect that you either possess or are trafficking drugs. And a lot of times, innocent people get caught up in this. And even if they've never been charged, they were never convicted of anything, there's no wrongdoing whatsoever, they have a very difficult time getting their property and their money back because it costs resources to go to court and demand that stuff back.
You don't automatically get your stuff back if you're not even charged. You have to go out of your way to try to convince the government to give you your stuff back. In over 90% of the cases, they never get it back. So if your car has legal medical marijuana in 29 out of the 50 states, and the federal cops come in, they go, well, legal to you, illegal to me. I'm taking the marijuana and I'm taking your car. And 90% of the time, you won't get it back. Jesus, can you imagine if they stole your car? And that's what it would be. It is a theft by the American government from American citizens. By the way, they can come into your house. You can have legal marijuana in your house they'll take your house. They're stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from you because you had a legal joint in your house. This is a crime against the American people.
Absolutely.
That's who Jeff Sessions and these backwards Republicans are.
And I think the most shocking part about all of this is the fact that the Keebler elf doesn't use marijuana. Like, wouldn't you think that the Keebler elf would be like smoking pot while baking his cookies? I don't know.
But you know how Republicans are. You think he doesn't use it? Who knows?
There's no way he does, because I feel like that would change him real quick.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Anna, there's no way all those anti-gay rights Republicans are actually gay.
No, I know, but marijuana does things to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, maybe there's no end to their hypocrisy. But so, one last thing here. New Orleans Police Department superintendent, former superintendent, and co-chairman of Law Enforcement Leaders to Reduce Crime and Incarceration said, look, what are we doing running after marijuana for? He's like, that's not what's causing the violence and the crime. He said, we know what it is. It's crack, powdered cocaine, heroin, and opioids. He's not, he's not soft on crime. He's like, those drugs do cause crime, and we should go after them. But you're telling me to take resources away from that and put it into marijuana, which is legal in these 29 states, and chase after that and go grab people's property doing it. This is crazy. So, look, if Jeff Sessions gets fired by Trump, it is not because of this. Trump doesn't mind this at all. He said that he would leave the states alone on this issue. As always, Trump's a pathological liar and lied about it and put Sessions in place knowing exactly what he's going to do. Trump would only get rid of Sessions because Sessions has not covered up his crimes on the Russian front. That's what he's mad about. But this, if he did, he got rid of Sessions, it would be the one good thing coming out of the Russian collusion story.
That's true.
So, but if for the moment being, this is the Republicans guy, he's the standard bearer, he's the attorney general. So if you don't want, your right to smoke marijuana taken away as a free American and citizen, well then vote against Republicans, because there aren't Democrats doing this. It is the only people left in politics who are on this side now, pretty much, are the Republican Party. So if you vote for them and you put Jeff Sessions in place, well then don't come crying to us because we told you he'd do it. Help us build independent media together. Come join us, tytnetwork.com/join.